I wanted to hang out again because this morning I really went outside of the box. I might do it again. But I wanted to read from here. I haven't done it in a long time. And I finally picked one. But I was hoping that it would inspire me to do just a quick drum. But I really didn't tune the drum yet. And the weather's changed and humidity levels. But we might anyways. I should just get the harmonica. But it's easy to be independent when you've got money. But to be independent when you haven't got a thing, that's the Lord's test. Mahalia Jackson, singer. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I just picked it out of there. I've always liked some things Oscar Wilde has said. I don't know much about him. I don't care to judge who he was or what he did. I just like some of the stuff he does is when he would say it or write it. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. And maybe just take a second on that. Hopefully it registers. It means that it really is our perspective that stumps us and messes us up the most. If I look at some of what I considered my most dreadful moments in life, if I had been able to curtail the need to have such an unhealthy level of shame and guilt and heaping things on myself that weren't really mine to heap, I would have been able to navigate more swiftly. And it's just a great skill to learn early. If you, though, continue to keep people in your life that, well, more or less use you, or whatever the case may be, you know when you're being oppressed. Everyone knows when something's oppressing them. It's a pretty normal. Some people get used to it, or they think that there's no way out of it, and I've certainly felt that way on a number of occasions. But so that was a lot to say on this part. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars, and that's Oscar Wilde. And I thought maybe I'd be able to just tell like a story and just maybe do a little drumming, but it doesn't seem to be happening. That's the metronome. That was the beat that I picked. And I was going to try to blend in with it a little bit different somehow. But it might go out here soon, so let me rewind it. You can get these very inexpensive if you're low on money, and you can also just get really fancy ones. Obviously, we wish we would have been able to get a real wood one, but you're getting into some crazy stuff then. This is still fine. I put it on cloth, so it cuts down on it too loud. It gets very loud, and it has the whole. So when you're at the top, and it's obviously a longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See? Okay. I will share a story, a bit of the positive. I'll do my best of childhood and how I saw the world. When I was young, I was very hardy, unnatural girl. I love to just sit with the butterflies and watch the birds. Watching those clouds in the big blue, bright, bright sky. Too young to know if I was moving or it was the sky. I knew if I laid real still on my back, I swore we moved. Or was it us or the clouds again? I don't know. I was instantly, instinctually very attracted to spiritual things. Really wanting to understand life and death and all that's between. But I did understand one thing for sure. The earth was being mismanaged and it seemed like God knew the truth. The more I learned about the people all around me, I didn't really know if this world was fit for me, or how I was gonna fit in this world a little bit. 'Cause it seemed like I was having to do a lot just to try to fit in. By 8th grade I'm getting exhausted. Oh my God, get me out of here. I'm itching on this wool suit, it's making me sweat and I'm suffocated. Oh Lord, get me out of this knit. And one by one opportunities have come, but I was a minor and the adults had to sign me off. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Some people think that you guide your very own life. Some of us think that God is the only light. I tried both worlds and I landed square and looking up to the Lord and saying, "You're the heaven." I was wrong the whole time, oh Lord. I can't give you my heart and then go do my own. So that's the little story that I learned in 50 years. I've been offered the stars and the moon and bags of money on my porch all room. I'm not lying to you, my brothers and sisters. You can't believe what it's like to give up those bags of money, just because you know there might just be something right there. A little bit of secret society we're sniffing all aware. But then finally me and my husband were like, how many of these rats are coming out tonight? One of the craziest thing about the offers, it always seemed they said I had to offer up, I had to accept all the gods. Yeah, that's the truth if you want to be rich in a lot of circles. And if you were talented with a few sentences for a song or a poem all wrong, you had to watch for the vulture stealing your shit. I already had a bunch of that on my gate. So God said, you're gonna pull yourself out. You ain't gonna be entertained about, not with these old little vultures all around. We're gonna sit back and figure out your mission. I've got enough entertainers up to here. I need some business, sister, I am telling you. If you can commit to this job in front of you, you will not believe what you see in the future. With me, my daughter, I know you can do this too. No, Lord, I don't think so. That's a lot of henchmen too. He said you can sing and dance all night. You know I don't mind, alright. But there's this job that you and I really gotta get on. Too many of my babies and children are being done wrong. I know you can say it, I know you can stand, but you're gonna get beat around again. I'm sorry, daughter, but it's gonna take a while. for you to understand what we're doing for the while. So what I'm trying to say to all the new believers, if you never met Jesus, well, let me tell ya that it's really fun, most exciting ride. But for some of us, it can get really wry. And that probably didn't even make no sense. And this was just a little bit fun to say, don't give up. Learn to let Holy Spirit comfort you, even when you're all alone, boo-hoo. I promise you it'll be worth it on the road. When you pick humanity over the money bag of rose, God'll eventually show you the way, where to get the money bags that don't require yay, for you to sell your soul in any which way. So that's all I have to say to you. It's truly worth finding out what you're made about. Gone too long, so I must get going on here. And it was just some fun rhythm all the way. And something else I want to share is for those that are coming from a lot of stuff, even if you can get somewhere where there is drums or something of this nature, it is a wonderful way, even if you don't know how to play yet, and sometimes mine don't sound right, I ain't doing it right like I should, it is a grounding experience, and it takes your brain and your body into a new rhythm. And since I struggle with overthinking and going anxious-ish prone, it's very good for me. So I'm just saying that, and then you can find different inexpensive type, and even just tapping on a table or something. What I'm saying is humming even. There's these things we can do, and we don't always do them. Like, for instance, when I was in the hospital for a week, and we had to do deep breathing exercises every day, I realized that it was one of my biggest problems. Is even if I'm singing and doing antics and stuff, I'm not just necessarily sitting like I should, in the sense of just deep breathing, no serious thinking, just grateful thoughts for those in my life and those that I miss or those that whatever. And so it's just in a metronome. I don't know if I said that in this video, but it's a great way to calm the thoughts down, just kind of get everything settled down. You can use the metronome. You go to the slowest beat, and you just focus on the metronome, and you just think about the Lord, or positive things, and that's another great way. And when it gets really rough for me, the stuff's really heavy. There's a lot of theories out there, and some people just go too far, I think, with a lot of it. So I get a little bit apprehensive to talk about visualizations, but I do, when I'm just completely fatigued, I will visualize. Not that it's real. It's for me to soothe my own body and mind, and we do believe, because if that's our belief, is we believe Jesus carries us. The Holy Spirit carries us. The angels are around us through God's command. And I envision myself being carried by Jesus. And I'm just snuggling his shoulder with my arms around his neck. And if it's real bad, I'm weeping. And I let myself see myself leaning in to my spirit Father and hearing him say, even, I'm so sorry for your pain. I love you so much, and you're my daughter, and you're special to me. And just things like that. And I think you'll find that it'll help you. And if you know you need to get a good cry out and you're getting irritable and you're really trying not to cry, it is really better to just go cry somewhere with the Lord. And when I do these fruity ones, I do call them a little fruity. But this would be mostly for women, but men do cry. And they're very much more private. It's not as frequent. It just depends on what's going on. Some can have a mental break too, just like a woman. And but women's hormones, even without all of these other things, would on a life course of time is much more fluctuating than a man's. But men can have hormone where it can get messed up too, and it's happening a lot more. But that was just way off-roading, and I'm not a doctor. I'm just a person that just has tried different modules for calming, peace, focus, things like that. So that was it. It was just a little bit of fun again, and maybe I'm just going to do like a crash course and then take a few days off. But I did the one video, did drop it. Yeah, there's still like, now they're sending the one thing back to circuit, but we never got any email messages, nothing. Like, we keep having to call the courthouse to find out what's going on. Then they postponed stuff, and she said there wasn't court. This is like they had 2 judges in it at the same. You guys, this is so sick. One look at the video, there was no warrant, there was no reason for them to be here. We were gone 8 to 10 hours that day. It was all set up with these thugs, and I'm not going to put these videos on my page. They're on Chicken Whispering Practices through John, and it's such a small station too, it's nearly impossible. And the videos are cut up because they cut the beginning of the video where he was physically, well, you guys, he hurt me bad. I had bruises, blood, scratches, these wounds from the tase where he was just keeping it on me too long when I was already on the ground. I didn't resist arrest, by the way. That's what everyone really wants to be true. They cut and chopped the original police footage so horribly bad, but you can still see, regardless of all the other events that took place, you can see that I was on the ground and my husband's begging him to stop killing me. And the fact that they've done this with the courts and let this thug in like this is sick. And it was all on false pretense. There was no video or audio proof of any of this stuff. And the courts were more than happy to swiftly put it through. And it's just been a big mess. And they were going to come in the house that night. They left this gap open. It's extremely difficult to explain. Technically, his house is up there, then we're back here, so it's kind of like this nook. And then there's a barn. And so he could just always be behind here, even when John was on the midnights. And he would just bother me, every single day for 3 years. And then he brought the girl in after, I don't know if the other girl got away safe. It didn't sound like it. But then we thought maybe we did, when we were leaving one day, we hoped that she got out of there safe and moved. And then he started more on me and started threatening me, and then started just calling and saying that I was doing it. And he had a bunch of friends that apparently in cartels taking over the police, or it got way, way worse than it used to be. But it was all set up. He already got paid and stuff. So, yup. Anyhow, I guess we still talked about it, didn't we? Well, you guys have a good one. Bye.